Hi, Stacy. A little bit of housekeeping. First off, everybody who's wondering where Stacy is, she's had a crazy week. She's a TA and a grad student, and it's the last week of classes before finals. So she is very busy. And also today she is out there auditioning for Glee, which I'm very proud to support her in that. And I hope you guys are all sending her best wishes. And, like right now. No, she's auditioning right this minute as I'm recording this. So everybody send her best wishes. She's going to get back to me on the compare and contrast two things you would not normally compare and contrast video as soon as she can. But it is Saturday, which means there's a new episode of Doctor Who tonight, which means it's time for Dear Biffle Talks Doctor Who. First, a little background about who I am as a Doctor Who fan, simply because I didn't have time to do that last time. I was really pressed for time in the last video. I'm not really a classic Who fan. I've seen like one episode each from William Hartnell, Jon Pertwee, and Tom Baker. I've seen a little bit more of Patrick Troughton and Peter Davison because I fell in love with them. I think they're wonderful actors, both of them. And then about a year ago, I was talking to Stacy about Torchwood, and she was telling me, you should really be watching this. And I was like, well, don't I have to watch Doctor Who first? And she was like, no. Well, yeah, you really should, but you really only have to watch season 1. And I was like, oh, cool, okay. So I went and I got season 1 of the 2005 series and fell in love. So these videos will be focusing on the 2005 series, what we might call the Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat era, almost exclusively. I'll probably mention Peter Davison every once in a while. But so today we're going to talk about the evolution of the character of the Doctor over the last couple of years. And let's start with 9. When we meet the Doctor for the first time, he's very much sort of an angry character. He's not looking for another companion. He's not looking to go back to his old ways where he let, stowaways and airline stewardesses just kind of hang around in the TARDIS. He's coming off the Time War. He's coming off his own genocide of the Daleks and the time lock of Gallifrey. And he is now the last of his kind. When 9 meets Rose, he's a very difficult, angry man. There's something very detached about 9 that I really like because it sets up a really cool character arc. He goes from being very detached, lonely, very alien person in, for instance, Father's Day. He is almost entirely unsympathetic to Rose's very human concern for her father and her very human mistake of interfering with the timeline and saving him. Any human being watching the show sympathizes with Rose. The arc of that particular story is very good in that it sort of teaches the new viewers like me that there are different rules for this world that we're inhabiting with Rose and the Doctor. And it's very good storytelling. And it's only through Rose's humanizing influence on the Doctor that he becomes the person that we know as the 10th incarnation. I would argue that he's changing the entire time that we see him with Rose, which you can really see if you look at his different reactions to characters that just sort of show up and manage to worm their way onto the TARDIS. The difference between the way the Doctor treats Adam and Captain Jack and Mickey really sort of highlights the way that he connects with people. Adam was there under sufferance. The Doctor did not want him there. And then there's Captain Jack, who is sort of the seminal character in this regard. The Doctor is not necessarily entirely pleased with him being on the TARDIS in the first place, but he allows him to stay and grow and change as a character because of the Doctor's influence. And it is only when Jack is a hero that the Doctor is able to let him go. And the introduction of Mickey onto the TARDIS, who Mickey has always been sort of a problem for the Doctor. But when 10 is confronted with the idea of Mickey coming along, the Doctor is ready to go. Yeah, absolutely, Mickey, come along. And Rose is the one who doesn't want him along, which is telling. And then, of course, Mickey becomes a hero, and it is then that the Doctor allows him to stay in the parallel world and be the person that he's meant to be, which is very admirable. The 10th Doctor is a very human kind of doctor. He's very connected with human beings. He rejoices in humanity. In the Beast episodes and Utopia, he's very proud of humanity for surviving as long as we have, and for having that indomitable spirit that drives us to do things simply because they can be done, like Everest. Now, that same spirit can become a problem for people like Dr. Lazarus, who push the boundaries beyond what should be pushed. And I really think that disappointment with humanity has become sort of a driving force in Matt Smith's incarnation of the Doctor, the 11th. If you notice, he's a little bit contemptuous of humanity in the 11th hour, and especially so in The Beast Below. And I would really like to see that developed. And I can't wait till the episode is available for me to watch. Should be in a couple of minutes here. And update, Stacey did not make it through the first round of her auditions with Glee. Sad. But still, she did her very best, and congrats for even going out, Stace. I'm wrapping up now. Stacey will be back with her video whenever she gets a chance to, and I will be back with more Doctor Who next week. Thanks, guys. Best wishes.